2019 was another bumper year for fans of superhero video games. There were new releases, announcements, and oh so many rumours about Batman games. But 2019 is over now. Let it go, man, it's in the past. The future is here, and with a brand new generation of consoles just around the corner, things have never looked brighter for those of us who like to take to the virtual streets and kick virtual thugs in their virtual testicles. Owie, my testicles. At the start of every year, I like to put together the most comprehensive guide to upcoming games starring our favourite comic book characters, from confirmed titles to rampant speculation on rumours, and everything in between. Hey heroes, I'm Josh from Panels to Pixels, and this is every upcoming Marvel and DC game you can look forward to playing in 2020 and beyond. Kicking the year off with a sonic boom, we have Marvel's Iron Man VR, launching February 28th. This PlayStation VR exclusive shooter is being developed by Camouflage and promises to be the ultimate Iron Man experience. In the game, you'll play as old Shellhead as you go up against the mysterious Ghost, a hacker and anti-corporate activist who is repurposing old Stark Industries weapons. The game looks fantastic from what we've seen so far, using the PlayStation Move motion controllers to fire Iron Man's weapons and control his flight across huge levels. It's really shaping up to be the best superhero VR game ever made. I honestly cannot think of a comic book character better suited to a VR game than Iron Man, and I look forward to taking flight as the Armored Avenger when the game launches next month. If virtual reality isn't your thing, but you want to suit up as Iron Man along with the rest of Earth's mightiest heroes, you won't have to wait too much longer. That's because Marvel's Avengers lands on PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Google Stadia on May 15th. This action-adventure title from Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics, the developers behind the Tomb Raider reboot series, promises a mixture of cinematic storytelling with single-player and cooperative gameplay. Playable characters include Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Hulk, Black Widow, and fan favourite Kamala Khan, aka Ms. Marvel, with Marvel and Square Enix promising further playable heroes and regions to explore at no additional cost. Considering the game is only a few months away now, there is still so much we don't know about Marvel's Avengers. In a recent interview, the game's creative director Sean Eskai promised fans that what we've seen so far in trailers and gameplay footage is only the tip of the iceberg. So the jury is still out on whether this Avengers game will be another smash hit AAA superhero title along the lines of Spider-Man PS4. But I for one can't wait to dig into this game's RPG elements, customise my character's suits and gear, and assemble my friends online to kick serious bad guy buttocks. Roll on May 15th. When the partnership between Marvel and Square Enix was first announced back in 2017, it was said to be a multi-year, multi-game agreement, and Eurogamer reported that one of those games would centre around the Guardians of the Galaxy and be developed by Eidos Montreal. We haven't had any more updates on that project since then, but I'd say you can expect to hear more about it and future titles from Marvel and Square Enix after the release of Marvel's Avengers. Before we shift gears and speculate wildly about what's coming from DC games this year, I just want to mention a couple of other things for Marvel game fans to be excited about. Firstly, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 players can look forward to the final DLC pack dropping in spring. This expansion is titled Shadow of Doom and focuses on the Fantastic Four and their arch-rival Doctor Doom. Oh man, it's so great to have Marvel's first family back in video games, isn't it? It's been way too long. And finally, we have still yet to hear anything about the collaboration between Marvel and Second Dinner that was announced back in January of last year. I don't normally cover mobile titles here on Panels to Pixels, but with the team behind this project being made up of former Blizzard developers who worked on the hugely successful collectible card game Hearthstone, this might be one to watch. Now then, things have been mysteriously quiet over at DC and Warner Bros. Games, with rumours abound about what might be coming next from the studios that brought us the Batman Arkham and Injustice franchises. So before we speculate about what might be coming from the distinguished competition in the near future, let's first talk about what we do know. While we were all hoping for the announcement of a new Arkham title at last month's Game Awards, we were surprised by a comic book game sequel that I don't think anyone saw coming. The Wolf Among Us Season 2 from Telltale Games. If you're not familiar with this fan favourite franchise, The Wolf Among Us is an episodic adventure game based on DC's Fables comic. It's generally considered to be one of the best titles to come from Telltale Games, alongside their adaptations of other comic book properties like Batman and The Walking Dead. So why was this such a surprise? Well, a second season of the game was first announced back in July of 2017, but it was cancelled when Telltale was forced to shut down its studio the following year. But now it's seemingly back from the dead, with a sleek new teaser trailer full of 80s, synthwave and film noir vibes. There's no official release date on this one yet, but it's expected to hit all major consoles and PC later this year. Okay, here we go then. There's been a lot of talk about an upcoming Batman Arkham game, and a lot of confusion about who's making it, what it's about, and when we'll get to see it. For your convenience, I have activated detective mode and sifted through all the BS, so you don't have to. So here is everything we actually know so far about the best kept secret in video games. Warner Bros. Montreal, the developers behind the criminally underrated Batman Arkham Origins, have long been confirmed to be working on 2 different DC titles. Last year, I talked about how rumours were pointing towards a world's finest title that would see the Dark Knight team up with Superman, plus other leaks that hinted at a long overdue Wonder Woman game. Thanks to leaked concept art, we've since learned that WB Montreal were at some point working on a multiplayer Suicide Squad game, plus a new Batman title that would see a young Damian Wayne taking up the mantle after his father's retirement. Sadly, both of these projects appear to have been cancelled after shake-ups at WB Montreal. Since then, the studio's developers have taken to Twitter to tease us with mysterious symbols and clues towards their next game. Most fans have interpreted these symbols to represent the mysterious Batman foes, the Court of Owls, as well as the League of Assassins, who first appeared in Arkham City. This was given further credence by Batman writer Scott Snyder, who is said to be working on the game, retweeting the short teaser video with the hashtag Beware the Court of Owls. This tweet has since been deleted. Now, if I had to guess based on what little we've seen, I would say that Warner Bros. Montreal are indeed working on another Arkham title, and it's most likely set after Arkham Origins, rather than after the events of Arkham Knight, which served as a pretty definitive end to the character's arc. WB Montreal themselves appear to be ramping up the promotion machine for their next game, with recent job listings for marketing and community managers. So I'd say you can expect to hear an official announcement of a new Batman game sooner rather than later. Over at Rocksteady, meanwhile, the developers behind the main installment in the Arkham series have remained tight-lipped about their next project ever since 2015's Batman Arkham Knight and the following year's Arkham VR. The only thing we do know for sure is that it's not a Superman game. Most rumours and leaks point to the idea that the studio are working on a team-based online game that will utilise a games-as-a-service model along the lines of Destiny or The Division. Some have speculated that this could be a Justice League game, or more likely that they are developing a Suicide Squad title of their own after WB Montreal's project got cancelled. The last little bit of information we've been able to deduce about whatever Rocksteady are working on is that it's most likely a next-gen title, as indicated by job listings on their site. Geez, you really do have to be the world's greatest detective to figure out when we'll next get to play as Bruce Wayne and his cohort of caped companions. And finally, if you're a total superhero game completionist like me, you won't want to miss the Joker joining the playable fighters in Mortal Kombat 11 later this month on January 28th. He'll eventually be joined by Image Comics' flagship anti-hero Spawn in March. If you love comic book video games as much as I do, Panels to Pixels is your one-stop shop for news, reviews, and all that other fun stuff. Make sure to subscribe, comment, like this video, and share it with your friends. It really helps the channel out, and it makes you look even cooler than you already are. Thanks for watching as always, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!